Hey guys, welcome. I am making a quick video here on just some ways that I would take some notes. So this is how I would take notes during a virtual learning class, right? So I spent a lot of time over the week, spring break. Hopefully you guys had a great break. I did as well. But I was trying to think of some different ways. So this is set up, if you know anything about Cornell notes, it's set up to look like Cornell notes, but it's not Cornell notes. That's not the idea of what we're doing here. There are a lot of traits from Cornell notes, but there are some things that we're doing to try to get it to work like virtual learning. So here's how I would set up my paper, right? So I would set up my paper like this. I would draw a line straight down that normal red line here. I would draw a line up on top where the lines and the non-lines kind of meet. And then I would draw basically the last couple down here on the bottom. I'd draw another line. So I'd split my paper into this section. And the reason I split my paper into this section is so that I could eventually fill it out like this. And this looks like a lot, but let's kind of walk through with where it's at. So up here on the top, I'd put the topic and the question that we're going to learn. So topic might be how to find slope. So up here I'd write the topic, finding slope. My essential question is, how do I find slope? What do I do in order to find slope? Something like that I am going to try to answer the question. It's basically up to me. I pick what I want that question to be in relation to what I think the video is about. Over here on the side, name, date, and video. I think that's important. The date and the video name. So that way, if I have a question and you want to get in touch with me about it, you can say, hey, Mr. Dowden, right here is the name of the video. This is what I was watching. We go from there, right? What I'm going to do is the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to just quickly scan through the video using the right arrow, trying to go +5 or every 5 seconds, something like that. And I am looking for any vocab words that are written on the page. So on that screen that Khan Academy or that Mr. Dowd makes, or Mr. Palmer, somebody like that makes, Mr. Mangera, Mr. Schaff, whoever's making the videos, right? Are there any vocab words that I don't know? And I'm immediately writing those vocab words down here. And then when I'm done, I'm gonna leave my space so that because there's gonna be other vocab words as we go. So that is my first step that I'm gonna do. Second step I'm gonna do then is I'm actually gonna watch the video. So I go back to the beginning and I'm actually going to watch the video all the way through. And I'm taking notes right here, right in this section, just below the vocab. I'm starting to take all the notes. If I go on to another page, I just flip the page and I keep going, taking all the notes I got, just like I'm in class. Everything's the same there. The only difference, or one of the big differences, is because I can't raise my hand throughout the video to ask a question, is over here on the side, right? In this space over here on the side, I am leaving it to write questions. And as I go, I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to write a question. Boom, I write down whatever my question is, and then I start back up and I watch the video. If the video answers the question later on, then I just pause the video again and I write the answer to the question right there. Or I draw in the line connecting, hey, here's where the question was, right there is where the answer is. I guess I should have waited. But again, you don't have the luxury of waiting in watching a video. So you pause it and you ask the question as you go. When I'm all done, I got all my notes, I got all my vocab words, I'm going to have some questions here that were not answered. And those questions that were answered are the questions then that I'm going to email to one of my teachers, or I'm going to Google, or I'm going to do something, ask a friend, hey, where's that at? I am waiting till the very end and then answering those questions. If I have 3 of them, I know I'm emailing 3 questions. 4 of them, 4 questions, whatever it is, right? And then at the very end, down here at the bottom, I am going to summarize all of my questions. So I'm going to take this question up here that I thought the video was about, and all of the questions I had on the side, and I'm going to write maybe 1 or 2 sentences to summarize all of those questions. So when I'm going back and skimming through later on, I can just look at the summary and be like, oh yeah, this is what that video is about. Here's the topic of it. This is what it was about. This is the best way, I think, to watch the videos and to take notes. Use it if you'd like, but just something to think about.